All right, I'm unmuted. Okay, you guys back there, come on in. Let's fill up this space. All right, we're going to play. So you guys got a little taste of me and who I am and what my message is a little earlier, but I'm going to go a little bit more into that. So my name is Blane Freest. My company is Share the Sizzle. The website is sharethesizzle.com. The Share the Sizzle name kind of comes from a couple of different things. I don't know if you've heard of a sizzle reel, but basically a sizzle reel is a short reel that shows the best of you, that really shows your sizzle. And that's what we specialize in. The Share the Sizzle is kind of an old nod. There's a guy, Ogilvy, in the 50s who wrote a book called Confessions of an Ad Man that completely changed the entire world of marketing. And he was the first one to really get that people buy with their emotions and not through facts and figures. And since then, of course, there's been a ton of brain science that's happened, and we all know now that the same place in your brain that makes the buying decision is the same place where you feel emotions. It is not the place where you give people facts and figures. So, as my sales coach tells me, don't show up and throw up. Connect. So anyway, Ogilvy coined the term, come on, baby. Coined the term, sell the sizzle, not the steak. Oops. All right, we're going to make this work. It's going to, okay. Tell me not, if I start to back into that again, please, just everybody do this. All right. So, I mentioned that when I moved to New York as a theater guy, I immediately got into doing corporate work. You might recognize some of the corporate names here. Some of these people are still clients. Some of them are previous clients. I actually was a technical director for the Time Warner AOL merger in '91. It was really crazy. There were 7 guys who were C-level managers on site that day, and each of them owned well over 1 million shares of stock. And that day, their stock went up about $1.40 a piece. So these guys jumping up and down. So anyway, my degree is in acting and directing. Moved to New York, ironically the theater city, and I become a corporate guy. So shortly after that, I was hired in-house at Morgan Stanley. Spent about 6.5 years there. 2 really interesting things happened there. One was my first 3 years there, I facilitated and worked with all the investment banking new hire trainings, which was extraordinary for me because I'm also a serial entrepreneur. I started my first business when I was 15. My brother and I ran a t-shirt shop all through college to put ourselves through college, along with 3 other jobs that we had. And, so I really learned how business works and how marketing works from the training that new investment bankers got in, by certain measures, the largest investment bank on the planet. The second 3 years I was there, I became senior in my department, and I essentially did everything and went everywhere that the CEO did. So I was at all the board of directors meetings and all of that stuff. So there's not a lot I can say about that because I signed massive NDAs, but it was really cool to be the person in the room who was not one of the crew. And I learned a lot. But what I ended up doing was getting really kind of tired of creating the same thing over and over again. My creative side was kind of dying. And my entrepreneur started to get a little tired, get a little itchy. And during the same period, toward the end of that was when I started studying Zen. I started teaching meditation and started, I don't know if you guys know Janet Atwood and the Passion Test. I did that. I met Janet at a retreat at Jack Canfield's home in Hawaii, became close friends with her, so now I'm one of the few male certified passion test facilitators. I studied with a gentleman by the name of Genpo Roshi, whose original name was, you know Genpo? He's awesome. He's my teacher. So I'm also one of about 30 certified facilitators of his Big Mind process. So as I started to do that, I realized that I loved entrepreneurs. So I started to develop all the stuff I learned with the big guys and start to use it with my entrepreneurs, and that's when I started the Share the Sizzle company. So I want to show you something.
You are a hot mess. I know. Hi, I'm Christy Barron with Wicked Organized NYC. You're wicked frustrated, there aren't ever enough hours in your day, you have all of these projects that you've started and will kind of get to eventually, but you really have to clean out your email inbox first, and your closet's a mess, and you really just don't have enough time because there's too many things to do and you don't know where to start. I get it. With Wicked Organized NYC, we help you clear out the clutter, both in your home and in your office and in your digital world. But more importantly, we help you clear out the clutter in your head. We help you create systems. These are systems that work specifically for you and your lifestyle and how you like to live. These systems are going to create more time, more space, and more accountability. That is something that's really important. Once you start moving forward in the directions that you want, with more space in your house, in everywhere you need, and more importantly in your head, it's going to create room. Think about how much nicer it'll be to sit down at the end of the day and not worry about what you forgot, or who you need to call, or what are the million other things you may have to do but you're not quite sure. These systems will help that all just lay to rest, because you can be confident that you're in control of your life and you're not always just playing catch up. So call me and we will set up a consultation to get you wicked organized.
Okay, that is what I call a video manifesto. Now, you guys just all worked on your manifesto. So I'm going to talk to you really quickly about what I call the 5 acts of effective video marketing. So there are 5 parts to what I believe create an effective and workable video marketing tool that will actually create sales. So Act 1, a bold personal statement. With Christy, it was, I am wicked organized. So she's got her bold personal statement. Act 2, speak to your perfect client. I love hers. You are a mess. These are really simple, clear statements. That was 82 seconds, that video, where you spanned the entire 5-act play of her message. Number 3 are the pain points. Now, this is where people like us, people who tend to be in the spiritual world and in the transformation world, might have a difficult time. The problem is that you guys all have your own genius. And until you can connect emotionally with your right clients, you're done. So you have to get really clear about telling the people who need you and connecting with their pain. So you got to be really clear with them. I have a really difficult time talking about pain with people. I mean, I grew up. The most important through line in my family was, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I've had to work against that in my sales conversations. But until you get to somebody's pain, you don't have them interested in what you have. And it is your responsibility as a business owner to connect with them so that you can go to step 4, which is what I call Act 4, the special sauce act, which is your unique value proposition. And again, it's 2 or 3 really simple, clear statements about what is special about you. Because I guarantee there's everybody in the room, whatever your business is, you're in New York City. There's probably at least 100,000 people who do the same sort of thing that you do. The same sort of thing. But nobody is you. So, Dawn is working with you guys about finding your passion and writing your manifesto. And you guys spent all day today figuring out what is special about you and what do you have to offer. That's really important here with the UVP. And then the last piece, which is a single, simple, clear call to action. That's what turns it into a marketing video. Unique value proposition, or special sauce. Now, there's another thing that's very, very interesting and very important that you should know about sales. A confused mind does not buy. So don't say, it's really easy to give everybody every option, right? At the end of your video, you want to say, you can call me at this number, or you can email me here, or you can go to my website. People shut down. Give them one single, simple, clear. If it's going to be on your website, click the button below. Or if, depending on how you have your video hosted, a clickable button can pop up right there. Very, very, very important. Single, simple, clear call to action. So, video is how people grow their businesses. So I have an offer. If you guys could pass out a piece of paper for me. Now, all of you, there's a little 3x5 card that I passed out that has $500 off. Keep a hold of that. I'm going to tell you about something that's special that's going to happen right now. Yeah. There should have been one on every seat. If there's not one, they're around. You can have one. I may even have one up here. Her system, yes. She has her own system that she developed herself. So I'm doing a sale on my video manifesto, and you'll see on that sheet that it comes with 2 coaching calls. Normally the manifesto itself is $19.97. I am adding a preparation call with my Touched by James, who is my hair and makeup artist, which is normally a $250 additional value. I'm knocking more than $500 off, so I'm selling that for $14.97 today. Now, if you have your card, I had something happen this week that I don't even have published. And I had one of my great clients do a reschedule. So on June 10th, I have 3 slots open where I'm going to knock another $500 off, which is more than half price. For 3 slots, if you can come and do June 10th, you'll come in, we'll do the coaching in advance, and you'll get your video manifesto. So if any of you are interested, you've got your sheet here, and you can come and talk to me back at my booth. All right? Yes? What we do is we take the manifesto that you've delivered here, we talk about your perfect client. It's a conversation for us to have prior to the shoot so that I know where you are. One of the things I do is I never use a teleprompter. I don't believe in them. So we have a conversation. So we sit you in front of the camera, and I sit behind the camera, and we just have a conversation and we talk. So I need to know what your manifesto is, so that I can ask you the right questions throughout. And we play, and we have a lot of fun, and, you know, this and that. The end product is between a minute and a minute and a half. It needs to be very, very short. When I first started this business 3 years ago, we were always saying that every video should be under 3 minutes. I try to keep every video under 2 minutes now. And with the manifesto, I try to keep it between a minute and a minute 15, really. I try to keep it under a minute and a half. Bam, bam, bam. All 5 pieces, bam, 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 and you're done. Okay? Tell you what, my time is up here. So all of you that have any questions, or if you want to come and talk to me more about this, obviously I'll be here the rest of the day. Dawn, are you ready to come back? Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to get the price, you can put a deposit down today. And uh-huh. My answer is, my whole method is all about you connecting to yourself and speaking your truth, your authenticity. So, if you're self-conscious about that, it's going to come through in your video. If you don't give a shit, doesn't matter. That's the answer. And if you are bold, and in fact, I would even coach somebody like you to say, see, I don't know what you do, but I'd say, see, you know what? I'm not perfect. I have a tooth. It's coming out. Big fucking deal. Pardon me. I heard you say it, so I felt I had permission. But you know what I mean? But seriously. Because the last thing you want is somebody going, you pretending it's not there, because what somebody's going to do is do nothing but stare at your tooth the whole time. Bada bing. You got it. Yep, that's the answer. You knew the answer. Uh-huh. Yeah. You're absolutely right, and I'm very different from most people. And yeah, I am all about tell your story, speak your truth, connect to your passion. There are clients. I mean, you're in the most populous city in the country. You know, you don't need to connect to everybody. You don't want to. You know, you want to be really clear. You know, if you become the coach for people with a tooth that needs to come out, I'll be willing to bet you there's 500 people that would be willing to be your coach, be your client right today. I'm just kind of, I'm playing with you a little bit, right? But you know what I mean. Yeah. Thank you for playing with me. Thank you.